Wasbir, this is a significant development. The NIDA convener 𝗵𝗔𝗶 𝗪𝗀 and the Assam Chief Minister meeting leaders of Sioux groups just days after visiting the state.
Absolutely, Amrita. This was a very crucial meeting that began late last night between NIDA convener and Assam Chief Minister Dr. 𝗵𝗔𝗶 𝗪𝗀 and representatives from the Kuki National Organization and the United People's Front. Let me tell you, the Kuki National Organization is an umbrella group of 17 Kuki militant groups which are currently under the suspension of operations agreement, and the United People's Front is another umbrella group of Kuki militant organizations that has eight separate rebel groups under its banner. And the SOO agreement was a tripartite agreement that was signed between the SOO group leaders, the government of India, and Manipur government way back in 2008. So the SOO groups have had their demands. They've submitted several memorandums to the government of India even before the violence started. And when the violence actually began this time round on the 3rd of May, the leaders in the valley have been pointing their fingers at the SOO groups. They are at the center of the attack from the leaders and civil society organizations, including government leaders in their individual capacity, as well as during government briefings, they were pointing their fingers at the SOO cadres. But the SOO, they had actually denied their involvement in the violence and said that most of their cadres are in the 14 designated camps they spread out across the valley. In this backdrop, but one cannot deny the fact that the SOO, that is the Kuki rebel groups, are an important stakeholder. They are engaged in talks with the government of India since 2008, and therefore they are an important stakeholder in the present conflict because they can play a big role in the restoration of peace. In this backdrop, the 4 Kuki rebel leaders, 2 of them belonging to the KNO and 2 of them belonging to the United People's Front, they met the NIDA convener in Guwahati late last night. After the meeting, sources who are privy to this meeting, they told Notice Live that the meeting was on positive lines. And Notice Live had also contacted one of the Sioux leaders, important Sioux leaders, and they said that the talks were on desired positive lines, but they would not give a formal statement immediately, and they might give a formal statement soon. But Amrita, another big development is that Dr. 𝗵𝗔𝗶 𝗪𝗀 has been in touch with the stakeholders in Manipur for relentlessly. He has been in touch with the people. He has been trying to make peace during the last 5 to 6 weeks of violence that had rocked Manipur. As we have been reporting, more than 100 people have died, 40,000 people have been uprooted. And despite the presence of 40,000 additional army and paramilitary troopers in the state, besides, of course, the state police, intermittent violence continued, sporadic violence continued in the state, although the authorities in Manipur are saying that the state has been relatively quiet for the last 36 to 48 hours. Which is a good development. But this meeting between Dr. 𝗵𝗔𝗶 𝗪𝗀 and the Kuki SOO groups would definitely help, one can presume, in the restoration of peace and normality in the state. And of course, Amrita, Dr. 𝗵𝗔𝗶 𝗪𝗀 is all set to make a visit to 𝗵𝗙𝗀𝗃 and 𝗀𝗃𝗃, the Kuki heartland, in the next 2 to 3 days, where he will be meeting various Kuki leaders, including those from the political spectrum, as well as those from the civil society. Amrita.
Also, Wasbir, we can comfortably say now that Assam CM's recent visit to Imphal and his upcoming visit to 𝗵𝗙𝗀𝗃, as you just mentioned, it comes in line with a peace plan initiated by Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who was also recently in Manipur.
Absolutely, Amrita. This is a peace plan that the union government is working on to restore peace in Manipur. At the end of the day, we can say point blank that the divide between the Kukis and the Métis have widened. In fact, the Biren Singh during his earlier tenure had made a lot of efforts at bridging this divide. This divide always was there, but Biren Singh tried to bridge this divide by which is called for Go to the Hills program that he initiated during his earlier tenure. And in fact, a couple of cabinet meetings of the Manipur ministry were also held in the hill areas. But the whole spark was the Métis. There was a feeling that the Métis were getting their demand conceded, that is, their demand for inclusion in the scheduled tribe list. And the Kukis also had their own set of demands, which the organizations in the SOO have been demanding to the central government since they entered into this ceasefire agreement in 2008. And against the Métis' demand for inclusion in the civil tribe list, there was a tribal solidarity march that triggered, after which the march was peaceful. But after the march, there was untoward incident that had happened, and that engulfed the entire hills and the valley of the state, except of course certain Naga-dominated areas. So this is something which this was an unprecedented scale of violence. The magnitude of the problem can well be imagined, because even the Home Minister himself decided to stay for 4 days, 3 nights in Manipur. I think no Union Home Minister ever stayed for 3 nights in a row in the state. So in view of all these things, Dr. 𝗵𝗂𝗶𝗁 is trying his best to push this peace plan initiated by Union Home Minister Amit Shah, and it is in this backdrop that he has been to Imphal a few days ago, where he met the Valley-based political leaders and the civil society leaders, and now he has met the SOO leaders in Guwahati last night. This meeting was a lengthy one, and now he's all set to make a visit to assess the situation on the ground in 𝗔𝗀𝗀𝗺 and 𝗀𝗀𝗄𝗡, and also meet with the political and civil society leaders in the Kuki-dominated area.